Welcome to Ploughman's Backyard. My name is Kendra, and today we're going to be talking about the Champion 19-inch rear tine tiller. We have tried many tillers in the past, some in which we have some videos for, some reviews for. You can check those out. We've got the Mantis review. We also have a Columbia review of a large tiller as well. This one here we purchased about 2 or 3 years ago, and we have been so happy with it. So we do have experience already using this for the last couple years, so you're getting an honest review from this video. So if you're looking for something a little bit more inexpensive, our Columbia tiller that we have been using previous to this one was my in-laws. We had been borrowing it for a couple of years. It was a little bit too much out of our price range and when we were looking for a tiller. And then we had a little Mantis tiller that was within a budget, but it was just too small for our large gardens. So we needed something just about in the middle, and this fit right into our category. We got an amazing deal. So we got this Champion tiller actually from Canadian Tire. They range from about $900 to $1,000. You can get them on sale from anywhere from about $750, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more when they're on sale. But the great thing about this was that we had some Canadian Tire money saved up, enough that this barely cost anything compared to any of the other tillers that we were looking at. So if you're looking for a great little tiller, well, it's not so little, but a great tiller to use for your garden, wait for it to go on sale, save up that Canadian Tire money, and go ahead and purchase your own Champion 19 rear tine tiller from Canadian Tire. I highly recommend it. We do actually own a few other Champion equipment that we have been so happy with as well. We have 2 generators, actually one we've had for probably about 7 years, if not more. Have been very happy with that as well. We got a newer one last year, a bigger size one for when we're losing our power and such. And we also have a log splitter, which you will also see a review on our channel with our log splitter. We have been super happy with that as well. We never have any issues with it. Of course, when we were looking at a tiller, we thought, well, the Champion has always been a really great product for our family. Let's look into the tiller, and I'm so glad we purchased this tiller. To get this tiller, it actually comes in like a crate, and you've got to put it together. So it's pretty simple assembly. I actually had some help putting it together just because that's not my expertise, but it was fairly simple. I'd say you could put it together within about 20 minutes, maybe even a half hour, and then you're just putting, everything comes with it, the little tools you need, and you just basically, it comes already with all the bolts in place where they need to go. You just need to remove those, attach them, and make sure you've got your oil put in and your fuel. So what it comes with is a 19-inch rear tine tiller that goes about 8 inches deep. I highly recommend getting a rear tine tiller versus a front tine tiller. That's just my recommendation. It also comes with a gas gauge, which is really good. Even when you're using it, you can see how far the gas is going down. I love that little feature. It's got some handles up here. I'll show you in a moment, but you've got one handle to go forward, one handle to go reverse. So it's really simple and easy to use. Then you've got your throttle for your speed up here, and there's also another one down here, but I primarily use this one up here. Then here you've got your choke, and you've got your fuel shut off here. Again, that's your other speed throttle. This is your automatic shut off here. The one thing that I do like about this, especially when you're putting it away for the winter or when you're done using it for the season, when you shut off your gas line, it'll just run until the gas is out, which is perfect for the end of season when you're wanting to do that. If not, from shutting it off from time to time when you're done using it, like I've been using it on and off for the last couple days, I just use the automatic shut off switch here, and then it's just got your recoil start here, which it usually starts first try every time. Sometimes you need twice, but very rarely do you have to pull it twice to get it started. Got a 212cc engine in this. At the back here, you've got your depth gauge for how deep you're wanting to do your tilling, as well as it's got self-propelled tires, so you're not actually having to put a lot of pressure into moving it. Once it starts, the tines start going and it just rolls on its own, which is really good. That's one thing I actually really love about this tiller. It's very easy to handle. It's not big and bulky like the Columbia that I was using in the past. It was just so big and awkward to get around and to move into tight spaces. So I do like the fact that this is pretty simple to use. It's not super big, but then it's not too small that it can't get the job done. Right, so we've got make sure that we got our gas line open, and we got our choke on, and we're just going to use, and we're just going to, hopefully it's going to start at one try. forward lever here. So when we go forward, we're just going to pull that down. And if you want to do reverse, I'm just going to pull that one down. All right, so I'm going to go reverse first. And I'm going to push the lever for forward. Well, as you can see, I've done a couple days worth of tilling. I've done my main garden over here. This over here is where I usually do my potatoes, my cucumbers and stuff go over here. And then I've got my corn and my squash at the back. My main gardens I've been doing for, I probably want to say about 6-7 years. They're really easy to get through. This one here, this garden, potato garden's maybe been here. This is probably the 3rd year now that I'll be working on this. It's a little bit, as you can see, there's a little bit more roots and stuff coming up. So you may be wondering how this machine actually works. We have been really happy with it. For a garden that's been pretty sustained over the years, it's really easy, really simple to get through. And when also I've done two gardens, this one and the one behind me, so my potato garden, as well as my corn and my squash garden in the back, they were, I started from scratch with these ones. And so this machine has actually started new ground. And as you can see, there's grass and stuff around me. I've started new ground just with the grass and stuff coming up with this. It does take a little bit more effort, especially if you've got some rocks and stuff, but it's still very simple that I am able to do it myself. You want to make sure you've got the time to prepare your garden, because it is going to take more than 2 or 3 times that you have to go through and till your garden. So it does break ground, new ground quite easily. And as you can see, we grow lots of potatoes and lots of corn and stuff back there with no issue at all. So this machine is quite super heavy duty, I find. The only issue is when it comes to rocks. Now I will tell you, just yesterday I was actually doing some tilling and came across quite a large rock, and this thing actually spit it out. It did, bounce around a little bit, but it ended up bringing it up enough that I could just pick the rock up and move it. So this right here is the rock that this thing actually did get out of the ground yesterday. I was quite shocked. It's quite heavy, but it didn't spit it out like it does the little rocks, but it brought it to the surface enough that I was able to pick it up. And the crazy thing is, I've been gardening in that garden for the last 3 years and have never had an issue planting with this rock there. So it really does bring things up and help it to get out. So if I could recommend a tiller, I would say this is a way to go. It's small enough for those small spaces, but big enough to do those big heavy duty jobs.